New data out this week suggests Canada may be in for another wave of COVID-19 cases and hospitalizations as a new surge of the virus begins. But Quebec may no longer recommend everyone in the province get a booster shot this winter or even in the spring. That's according to a report obtained by our colleagues at Radio Canada. The decision has not been officially announced yet, but already it's raising some concern among health experts. The CBC's Natalie Collada has that story.
Well, we do know that the recommendations are coming from Quebec's public health authority. This, of course, obtained by our colleagues at Radio Canada, who say that the Legault government has been briefed about this, though they say this has not been confirmed. The new parole policy, the new directive vaccine strategy, if you will continue to allow people who wish to get their booster shot to do so for free. However, those who are recommended to get boosters, that will change, and there's several people who will still be targeted for those recommendations, but it won't be all-encompassing. So those targeted groups will include individuals over the age of 60, those in long-term care, those who are perhaps immunocompromised or on dialysis, healthcare workers, pregnant women, adults who live in remote or isolated communities, as well as those who have not completed their vaccination. So that vaccination being the 2 shots plus a booster. Now, a source who took part in the discussion telling our colleagues at Radio Canada that they really don't want people under the age of 60 to get a dose every 6 months or so. We here at CBC spoke with Dr. Gupta this morning. He was very concerned about what these potential new recommendations could mean. Here's more from him.
We're at an unprecedented time in terms of number of infections, of the massive wave that's happening in China, and the possibility of a fundamentally different variant that really does evade immunity, where you would want the latest vaccine, the bivalent shot that is matched as closely as possible to what we think might be coming. So putting all of that together, I would disagree with this, and I would continue to advise people to avail themselves of the latest bivalent vaccine if they're due for it.
These recommendations have yet to be approved. It's still very much in the planning stage. But at this point, we do know that some other doctors are worried about the potential fallout if these recommendations are approved and are put forward in this way.
If you have a bulk of the population who has had what we now know to be, a suboptimal vaccine for the current strains, they think that they're equally protected and that they can sort of frolic freely without any need for booster doses and certainly no public health measures, I think you're going to find yourself with, a lot of absenteeisms in school and work.
Now, because these new recommendations have yet to be put forward and put out, they still could be changed. And because of that, there still could be some editing here done. So we'll be watching, of course, all of this as it unfolds.
CBC's Natalie Collada in Toronto.